Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to perform a feat that many people once started will never perform. I am going to quit caffeine for 90 days. And I'm going to show you what I'm about to drink here because I do think it's important for you to know just how serious this habit is. Right here you see a mason jar. This is a 64-ounce mason jar. Currently has yerba mate tea in it. And in the back you see some cream, 2 cups of milk with some heavy whipping cream, all organic of course, but this yerba mate of 64 ounce, it has 8 bags of tea, or about equivalent of 8 bags of tea, but it's actually 8 tablespoons of yerba mate. If I wasn't drinking 8 tablespoons of yerba mate today, I'd probably be drinking 8 bags of black tea or oolong tea. And, you know, there comes a time in your life where you have to really wonder, is this thing something I love so much that I'm not willing to give it up, even though it may be causing me harm or pain? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to be funny about this, but the truth of the matter is that I have quit caffeine before. I'm going through a transition right now. And I am finding myself waking up later and later, and I am finding myself drinking more tea, meaning this is a lot right here. 8 tea bags or 8 tablespoons of yerba mate. And once in a while, I'll end up having something like that, and then also having cacao nibs or raw chocolate made into a drink later, which is a lot of caffeine. So I also was confronted by somebody when I had last given up caffeine. It was for 60 days, and there were several times during that 60 days that I had a cacao tea. And even though there's a lot less caffeine, I felt like I cheated a little, and I had revealed this, and somebody, one of the people who watched the video, pointed out that yes, it was cheating. So this time, I'm not going to cheat in any way. No chocolate of any kind, and also, I'm not going to have any caffeine from any source during this whole 90 days. Right now you see I'm drinking this 8 tablespoon yerba mate. I'm going to lessen that by 1 tablespoon or tea bag per day. So whether I'm having yerba mate or black tea, it will either be tomorrow 7 tea bags or 7 tablespoons, the following day 6 tea bags or 6 tablespoons, until I get down to 1, and then I will completely stop having caffeine for 90 days. I'm doing that so I don't have serious withdrawal symptoms, and I'm not really in too much of a hurry to get to my start of the 90 days of no caffeine. So I'm counting down to the 90 days of no caffeine, and as you can see here, I'm on day 2 of the countdown, and it looks like the same amount of tea as yesterday almost, but only I am 1 tablespoon down, so that's just 7. Only 7 tablespoons of yerba mate tea. So part of the reason that I'm doing this goes beyond just thinking that maybe my health might be better, but it's about a life change, and I don't feel like 30 days would be enough for a life change, because I just barely probably be getting used to not being without tea. 60 days is really just beginning to start something new, but I felt like 90 days gives me a long enough time to really start to do different things and create new habits, and probably change my sleep schedule, which I think is something that is very important and part of the reason I'm doing this. And in changing my sleep schedule, I imagine that that's going to make a big difference in my life. But also, I thought about going for like 6 months, or just saying I'm never going to drink tea again, but I already did that with coffee, and I haven't had coffee. And there's other things that I've given up and not had for a long time, and I have found that it bothers me sometimes that I have closed the door completely on things, even though maybe it could be good for me. So I feel like if I was to go 6 months, that's too long. It's enough time to get really frustrated if I want to have tea again, although I might not. But if I do have tea again, at this point I do expect to make something totally different out of it, even though I don't think that's even realistic, because when I have it, I tend to want to have more, and I tend to have more up to the point where I end up feeling like I need to have a break from it. So I'm on 6 tablespoons or 6 bags of tea today. You can see here. And I'm going to be going to 5 tomorrow. So obviously this isn't the most important part. The most important part is that I will be going for 90 days without any tea or any kind of caffeine, but I'm just counting it down. Now I am down to 5 tea bags. You can see my 32-ounce mason jar with 5 Lipton organic tea bags in it. And I think that I'm already experiencing kind of severe withdrawal just from going from my normal 8 down to 5 over the last couple days. I couldn't sleep very well last night, so we're gonna continue on. So I'm down to 4 tablespoons of tea in my countdown to 90 days without tea, maybe no tea forever. So I just wanted to address this really quick, because some people might say, well, why give up tea for 90 days? Why not forever? And also, okay, so basically, I have some thoughts that maybe it might be healthy to some degree to drink tea. And there are studies that can support this, but I'm looking more at the drug effects of tea and thinking, do I want to be dependent on this? And so I'm leaning towards just not doing it anymore, even after the 90 days. And that's kind of why I'm doing this, to just see where I can go, along with also seeing what happens in 90 days, how much of a lifestyle change can I have in 90 days for things that would be important. That being said, I could be a person who just won't do it anymore because I don't want to be addicted to anything. So I'll be filling you in on more details about this, and I want to share some thoughts of others who I think have come to some good conclusions about this with you too. So here's my tea today. We're looking at 32 ounces right there. This is not my tea, but this is, and this is 4 tablespoons of yerba mate tea. And right now I'm to 3 tablespoons. You can see here, 32 ounce glass, 3 tablespoons of yerba mate, and I'm just about to drink that. And yeah, I have a lot to say about this caffeine subject. So I don't know whether it's better to do it now or after I've done the 90 days. So I'm gonna think about that. Now it's 2 tablespoons of tea. Tomorrow's the last day of tea, and then no tea for 90 days minimum. There it is, 32 ounce mason jar with 2 tablespoons of yerba mate tea. So this is the final day before no tea for 90 days. So I have 1 tea bag today, and yep, I think I have gone through most of the withdrawals already. We'll see after today, but got a really good sleep last night, and here's my last tea. Maybe forever, but at least for 90 days. My last caffeinated tea or anything with caffeine in it. Here we are, it's real now. No caffeine today, and I won't be having any caffeine for 90 days, maybe forever. I've pretty much told you most of what I wanted to say. I do want to add something to this, and that is that when I talked about whether I should quit for life or quit for 90 days, I have quit some things and said I was going to quit forever, and those things kind of haunt me. So I can imagine that even if I were to decide that I really didn't want to have caffeine as a habit at all after 90 days, that it would be nice to not say forever, but kind of act like it's forever. For example, I never said that I wouldn't have alcohol anymore, but I haven't had any alcohol for about 18 years now. And I could potentially have some if I wanted to, but I just haven't wanted to have any. And I would kind of like it to be that way with tea. I want to take it a little further. I had talked about some people that I had heard about their quitting caffeine experience, and some people had a better message than others. And I do think that the overall message that I would like to leave is that it's better not to be addicted to anything and to really find what it is in life, maybe to find your place in life without any kinds of addictions, so that you can really truly be you without a filter. And obviously everything does affect us, including our food. So I mean, you can't just stop doing everything. But the point is that I really do think that the people that quit forever, they're the ones, they basically have an effect on people that helps those people who are really trying to quit more. That being said, I don't do caffeine to stay awake or to lift me up. I just happen to like caffeine, and I know it's caffeine because the caffeinated teas are the ones that I prefer. So that being said, I'm going to go this 90 days. I may share some of these videos with other people who did quit and decided to quit for good, and I thought they were very inspiring. And I will let you know after the 90 days are over what I'm actually going to do. You can expect more videos from me about other things during this time, and maybe I'll pop in about caffeine and how the experience is going. Bottom line is I am excited about it, and I do feel like going into no caffeine this time, I really do want to do my best to just imagine a life without caffeine and really experience myself just how I am without any filters. And I hope this helps you in some way if you're looking for some inspiration or if you just need a challenge for a life change. And that being said, I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and let other people know about me. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.